A cargo ship operating within the Coalition. Semi-private sector. Interspecies communication meeting. Greetings, Gimbit. Welcome to our meeting. The purpose of this session is to understand and address interspecies conflicts. Fundamentally, we aim to identify the species that most frighten our crew members, and work towards minimizing those conflicts. Is that acceptable to you? Of course. We can start whenever you're ready. I have reviewed your species file again, and I've been working alongside your kind for quite some time. As an insectoid species, I understand there's a subconscious fear of avian species within you. Have you recently experienced any fear or distress involving an avian crew member? No, not at all. During the last power outage, I ran into Thalix in a dark corridor. As you know, even to someone who isn't typically afraid of avians, he can be quite intimidating. From what I understand, they aren't too different from your own species. When we saw each other, we were both startled, but once we recognized each other, we walked arm in arm to our destinations, chatting all the way. Honestly, I'm surprised. It's remarkable that you were able to overcome that deep-seated fear so easily. If I recall correctly, Thalix is an Orathis. Their ancestors were swift night hunters, while I am a Valeris, a species that mostly feeds on nuts and seeds. Other than being avian, we don't share much in common, but I understand what you're implying. Now, which species among your colleagues do you fear the most? Well, they're all good workers. I don't think I could single anyone out. No, I think you misunderstood. I'm not asking for a specific crew member's name, I'm asking for a species. Think of it as a survey to help us better understand the species within our coalition. In that case, I suppose I'd have to say humans. Please don't understand, I'm not xenophobic. In fact, I enjoy working with humans. According to my colleague John, we're even considered friends. But after spending some time working alongside them, I would say that humans are, as a species, the most frightening. I see. Would you say your feelings towards humans are related to the recent pirate incident during your cargo run? I want to express my deepest apologies that you had to go through that. Please know that therapy is available whenever you need it. Actually, yes. Over time, we've slowly realized just what humans are capable of. You know the common assumptions, no claws, no scales, they're soft and weak, but we eventually discover that's far from the truth. A human can transform from the gentlest, constantly smiling person into the most ferocious warrior in an instant. What happened during that pirate attack was a perfect example. I've never been more terrified in my life. When we first ventured into space, we bring with us the fears our culture has shaped through films, like being attacked by pirates in the void. But once we're on board, we learn that space is so vast and endless that pirates rarely bother with us. They usually resort to false cargo requests or ambushes during planetary landings. One moment, John was joking with me, holding that poisonous hot drink he consumes every morning in one hand, and a crowbar he uses to pry open cargo crates in the other. He was teasing me about how they beat us in the last Interspecies Unified Games. I was just about to respond when suddenly we were surrounded by pirates. While I was still processing what was happening, John, without hesitation, threw his hot drink into the nearest pirate's face and cracked another one's skull with the crowbar. Before I could even grasp the situation, I had pieces of brain matter on me. I screamed, but by then, John was using the body of the one he had just killed as a shield while firing at the others. By the time security arrived, John was chasing down the remaining pirates, armed with just a crowbar. A crowbar! I am so sorry. As I mentioned, unfortunately John's actions were deemed self-defense, so we couldn't penalize him. However, if you wish, you can still file a complaint against him, and we can begin the process of transferring you to another department. A complaint? What? No, absolutely not. John is my friend, and he saved my life that day. Also, I don't need therapy. As I said, I talk to John whenever I need to. As he calls it, we vent together. And for me, that's enough. What do you mean? I'm not sure I fully understand. Didn't you just say humans are the species you fear the most? Are you saying that, by choice, you want to continue working with a species you find terrifying? I said I'm afraid of them because, yes, they are terrifying. They can take blows that would shatter my exoskeleton, but they just brush it off with a simple ouch and keep working. But at the same time, humans are the ones I've enjoyed working with the most. I see. Thank you for your honesty. Later, during an interspecies communication reporting. I have no idea what to do about the humans. The entire crew is afraid of them. They used to say that the Scelfra, the spider-like species with venomous capabilities, were the most feared. They joined the coalition around the same time, and their venom didn't help ease that fear. But now when it comes to fear, the Scelfra aren't even mentioned. Are the crew members complaining? Perhaps we could transfer particularly intimidating humans to other ships or stations. Just suggesting that would likely cause an uprising. Not a single person has filed a complaint. In fact, after the recent pirate incident, I was scolded by 3 different people for not awarding John accommodation. This situation can't continue as it is. Let's keep investigating. We need more surveys. Of course, sir. By the way, what are your thoughts on humans? Are you here to conduct a survey on me, Nisara? I was simply curious about your thoughts, sir. My apologies if I overstepped. No. My first encounters with humans weren't exactly pleasant. I often get the sense they're afraid of me whenever they see me. Once, I overheard them using the word crab repeatedly while talking about me. When I looked it up in the network, I found a species that closely resembled mine, though less intelligent, of course, and with chubbier pincers, if you will. I figured it must have been some creature they feared in the past, leading to an instinctual response. But do you know what the second search result was, Nisara? A recipe for crab stew. They eat creatures they're afraid of, and when they encounter a more evolved version of that species, they still flinch. What am I supposed to make of that?